Hey crafters, come on in. Anyone out there today want to come in? This is kind of an impromptu Facebook Live, but I've got a couple of things to cover. Hi, Jean. Welcome. You might be the only one here. Say, listen, there's a bunch I want to cover. I have a drawing to do today, which is for everybody who on my Piccadilly Facebook page entered in by leaving a comment on what some of their favorite Piccadilly Stampin' Up! Products were and why. I had quite a few response, so I think what I'm going to do is these are the names of everybody who responded. So while we're waiting to see if anybody else is going to come in, I'm just going to cut these off and stick them into my basket. Today, if my internet allows me, I want to do one demonstration with many different ideas of how to design it. Apparently I can't chew gum and talk at the same time, so cutting everyone's. And how I've decided to do this is I'm going to crumple these up into the basket so that I can't recognize any of them. Now at the last minute, I see this morning Kristen entered, so I added her, and then I had made a comment on my post that I wasn't going to let my husband enter, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and put him in here. If he wins, he's not going to get anything Piccadilly related. I'll get him something else because he did know what a Big Shots was, and he was excited that he knew what a Big Shots was. So I'm just going to crumple these all up. And I'm glad he knew what that was. I mean, some husbands aren't involved, but I am very lucky to have probably the sweetest, most supportive man in my life ever. So I'm going to add him into the drawing, but I will do, if I do draw his name, I will do a separate. The reason why I'm crumpling them up is because they're a little bit different shapes and sizes. I don't want to identify who or what. So I'm just going to put these in here. And my mother says that she doesn't want to be in the drawing. However, she's got to be my biggest supporter and customer, so she's going to be in the drawing too, since she commented. There was some great comments. Okay, I'm mixing it all up, and then how am I going to do this? I'm going to close my eyes. Or maybe I should wait till the end of this and see who wins. Okay. We'll get going. I'm just going to I'm turning my head so it's off the other direction, and I'm going to reach in. Let's see, who did I get? Well, Jean Orwig, my biggest supporter. I'll tell you what, I'm going to draw again. I'll give you something though too. Okay. Yay, you won. Let's go for another one. Okay, here's one. Okay, Wanda Tucker. I don't know who you are, but thank you so much for commenting, and I need you to send me a message on the Piccadilly site with your address so that I can get you your prize. Awesome. Okay. So, before we go on, I have had my last 3 blog posts have been probably the ones that I'm getting the most comments about and questions, and I'm having to reply to them. So I thought what I'd do is pull each of these cards out and just kind of explain. And that way, yay, Wanda, I see some people on here. Great. Okay, so this card, and I want you to see, I did a gold foil sheet behind it. And then I also did gold embossing, and I don't know if you can see that or not. But everyone keeps asking me if this is a stamp. No, this is not a stamp. This is a watercolor wash. And I just used my aqua painter and a piece of watercolor paper. I dipped the same color as I used cardstock into the ink, and then I just washed it on. That was it. So for those who have been messaging me and asking me if this is a stamp, it is not a stamp. It is a watercolor wash. In the same regard, I posted this one 2 blog posts ago, and first of all, I've been getting a lot of compliments on the color combination. So this is Lemon Lime Twist that I used. This is watercolor paper. I did the same thing. I put just straight ink on to the watercolor wash. This is the Berry Burst, which is one of the new in colors, and I watercolor washed it. And then this is just Elegant Eggplant that I used, and then I just cut it out. Now this one I did not do any, that's just I stamped the image right over. So the image is actually Let's Eat Cake, and it's this, and then there's a cutout in the die collection. And these are both from the same stamp and die collection, but I've been getting a lot of questions about that. So, and then the last one, this one actually is a stamp. It's not watercolored on. This is a background stamp called Marbled, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And this is, then I just heat embossed in white the Hello Friend. And these are just, let's see here. I keep a lot of my embellishments in here. These are white perfect accents, and they come in different sizes. And I just threw them on there for a little accent. So those of you who have been following my blog and been asking a lot of questions, this is an actual stamp. This is Tempting Turquoise, and I put the same color ink on the same color paper, Tempting Turquoise ink. So it is really a cute stamp, and you don't have to be a watercolor artist to use it, although this is so simple. So those were some of the questions that I've been getting. Now for today's demonstration. So we're getting, I'm trying to hold on to summer, but we are getting close to fall. And that means Halloween is right around the corner. And I have been enjoying this Spooky Nights Designer Series paper. And as you can see, I've been loving it pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty nice. And it has a stamp set, which is called Spooky Cat. It's right there. And it has a matching cat punch, which is awesome sauce. I love it. So you can stamp it out, or you can cut out, they have paper here. See, I've been really digging in this. I've been using it for all kinds of projects. And it actually fits here on, well, now am I going to have one close enough to, here we go, right here. So you can punch them out and use them as embellishments and stuff for your decorations. Now I use this paper, and this is kind of the project that I want to show you. And this paper, but I'm going to stick these back in there because I have these cut out. Let me get this out of the way because it's going to distract me. Okay, so I use this paper, and these are little 4-ounce coffee cups that you can get, and you fill them with chocolates. I like chocolates. You can fill them with whatever, but that I was decorating up, and I was working on a belly band for it, to go around here. Like so, like a regular coffee cup. But then I felt like this was maybe just a bit too busy. So I'm going to use this belly band for another one. Now, before everyone starts asking me questions, where did you get the coffee cups? Where did you get the little 4-ounce coffee cups? Okay, actually I didn't. I had a friend get them for me. You can get them online. I think she got hers on Amazon, but and then we split the cost of them. But you can, there's all kinds of restaurants and stuff that actually sell these. So just a little coffee cup. And how did I get that to fit? Because it's larger up here and smaller down there. Well, when you take the coffee cup apart, you can make yourself a template. Cut that off, cut that down, cut that off, and then you can see I have a template. I traced it out on a piece of copy paper, but I added just a little smidge more because, and same with the belly band, because when I wrapped it around, I didn't want it to just come back to the seam. I wanted it to overlap just a little, like on my cup here. It overlaps just a little bit so that you can't really see a little space in between. So that's what I did. And then to cut it out, all I did is I laid it down on a piece of DSP, and then I took my bone folder and I went and I just made a little line tracing going around. So I've already done it, and I'm going to try to put this up to the camera. I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but it's like a little score line. Can you see it here? Can someone, I know we're like 7 seconds behind, but can someone let me know if they can see the score line or not? Okay, I got some hearts and some thumbs there, so I think maybe that was a yes. And then what you can do is just come back in with your paper snips and follow that. Yes, you can see it. Thank you, Jean. Come back in and you can follow that score line using the light. Now the reason why I use DSP instead of cardstock is cardstock, you can use it, it's not as flexible. So the designer series paper not only gives you kind of a cute pattern, as you can see here, but it doesn't have to be perfect either when you're cutting it. I mean, no one's gonna measure it up, but you can see it gives you I'm able to, and this is pretty good because I got a phone that is my camera here in my face. And I'm able to get this cut out. Okay. Throw that away. So it's even kind of crooked there, you see. But when you go and put it underneath that lip, and you wrap it around, I think people are going to be more excited about how stinking cute it is than how perfect you got it and all the little chocolates inside. I mean, I know I am. Okay, so that's how I did that. And then I did the exact same thing for my belly band, but what I did to make this is I had my template here, so then I just cut, if you can see, out the middle the best I could, and it's not perfect, but when you wrap it around, you'll see, even though it's not perfect, if I can get my hands around it here, okay, and line it up, no one's gonna know. I mean, it looks pretty good, I think. Now this was too busy for me, so I'm going to make another one, and I'm going to use this paper with this. So I decided, that I want to show you here. I used a 1 1/4 punch to punch out the top And I want to make sure you know this. I pushed all of these down on the coffee cup lid because when I went to stick it down, it laid flatter in that spot. So that was a 1 1/4 punch to cut out the DSP, and then I just used a 1-inch punch with the Eat at Your Own Risk stamp from the stamp set, and I put that on there, and then I used the 1-inch punch, and I come in here where you can see it. Let's try to center it. There we go. And I cut that out so that, and then I just used a dimensional on the back to raise it up. I don't have that one glued down yet, but let's get my hands in camera, see if I can get this kind of centered. So that's all I did for the top part. 1 1/4 and then a 1-inch punch for the top of it, of the coffee cup. And then I wanted to show you a couple of things. So I showed you my idea with the belly band going around for decoration. And then I had an idea of why not use a little of the washi tape to go around. That would be quick, simple, and easy. And then I started playing around and I thought, oh, wait a minute. I tried the black ribbon, obviously it doesn't show, but look at this. Isn't that pretty? So you can tie a bow on it and have that show up. And I did do that, but I'm a little bit bow challenged and I want to keep this video a little bit shorter for you guys today. Sometimes they get to rambling. But then I thought, I went back to the stamp set and I was like, well, I know, I'm going to try something else. So this says, a wicked yummy treat for you, and it's got cobwebs on it. Not that I'm a spider fan, because I'm totally not, but I'm going to stamp this on a piece of pumpkin pie. Okay, and then the trick or treat in the middle I liked, so I thought, well, I'm going to stamp that right in the middle of this. Oh, and I'm trying to do this with the camera in my face. I hope that's centered. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay. Then we have this new, the one that I don't have labeled, it's that new. It's a label punch. Okay, I can't take it, I gotta find out. Because I know that'll be questions. What label punch did you use? Okay. Everyday label punch is what it's called. And it coordinates with this in the stamp set. It also has two other... It has Labels of Love stamp set, which has Christmas and Halloween and Thanksgiving, and then there's one that I used on that clear back early. Here it is, Merry Little Labels, and it works with this also. So I'm going to use this because I figured this would be a great way to use with this stamp. And I'm going to center it the best I can here. And it went flying. But now look at this. Wouldn't that be a cute front for it? You know, it matches up nice. And you can use any kind of paper. You could also, actually now that I'm thinking about it, you could either do the washi tape or you could do what I do with the ribbon. We'll see what this looks like. And make it go all the way around and just have that be, instead of tying a bow, you know, have that come around and then have this. That would be pretty also. So excited to show you this. So excited to eat the Hershey's Nuggets. Which I think this is just, I mean, put it on a coworker's desk. Like I said, this could be decorated up happy birthday. I just went with Halloween because we're heading into fall here. But any questions before I go? I do want to show you this stamp, my Piccadilly Post stamp. I have a very supportive mother who had this specially made for me. So those who won today will see this on anything that I send out now. I'm going to be putting my own Piccadilly Post on there. That's my happy mail. I think I really like this actually a lot. So, okay, well, I'm not seeing any questions. So you all have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for joining me on kind of short notice, but I wanted to do the drawing. And I'll have more drawings coming up. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And, you know, if you're interested or have any more questions, if you want to hold a class, they're still having that promotion go on where they have that exclusive stamp set if you hold a class this month or next month. If you have any questions about the project today, keep watching. I'm going to have more stuff, especially with the holidays coming up. I'm going to have stuff for Christmas. I'm going to have stuff for Halloween and Thanksgiving coming up. It's a fun time of the year for stamping. I know some of you who haven't got your hands on the new holiday catalog, let me know. I'd be happy to give you one. You can message me and see my blog. You can go to piccadillystampin.com. Remember, there's no G, it's Stampin. And look for me there. There's a link to my store. There's a link to my blog so you can see what I'm doing. And if you have any questions on anything that you've seen, any of the cards from earlier today too, let me know. I'd be glad to answer them for you, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.